Our EP Risa is completely captivated with the History Channel show Ancient Aliens. So whether you're a believer or not, the series does get you thinking. She spoke with producer and contributor Giorgio Tsoukalis. Take a look.
For those who haven't been to a live event with you, can you kind of give me a rundown of what people can expect?
Of course. So Ancient Aliens Live is a stage show with which we crisscross the country, and it's basically a 90-minute immersion into an Ancient Aliens episode where we show photos, video clips, we have discussions, and also a Q&A at the end with the audience with my colleagues, Jason Martell, William Henry, and Nick Pope. And it's a fun adventure for an hour and a half, and it's a cool thing for the whole family. So it's a fun night out on the town. So come on down and check it out, even if you are not a believer, because I can't tell you how many times we've seen the fans afterwards where, you know, my girlfriend did not like this, but now she's a believer, or my boyfriend was on the fence and now he's a believer. And often they would say that themselves. It's like, oh my gosh, you guys convinced me today. So come check it out. You'll learn something.
Yeah, if you guys look at Ancient Aliens Live, look that up and you'll see all the locations. I'll tell you, it's worth the trip. It's such an exciting event. I had a great time. I even bought the bumper sticker Ancient Aliens on board. It was very exciting, which was so cool. Okay, let's move on to the show. Okay, the Ancient Aliens show, which again, huge fan, no lie here. I mean, I've watched it for many seasons, but of all of the places you've been to, what do you think is the common factor they all have in common? Like, what is the one thing that says to you, this is an ancient alien site, this is ancient astronauts at work?
Well, that has to do with what the legends and the mythologies of those places say. Because the great majority of the cultures where we propose the idea that someone helped our ancestors to build these things, because by the way, just so you hear from me, of course everything was built by our ancestors. However, under the instruction and with the help of visiting extraterrestrials. And so it doesn't matter what ancient or what continent you go, the most ancient of stories are always the same, that somebody descended from the sky in physical form with a lot of fire, smoke, and thunder. The earth is trembling as they descended, and they then imparted knowledge. And curiously, those visitors kind of looked like us. And so that to me is an idea where our archaeologists and our anthropologists are saying, oh, you know, those were all just stories. So we know it's all fantasy. But that to me is insulting the intelligence of our ancestors, because they made a clear distinction between what is of the natural world and what is not. And they clearly said that whatever they were witnessing up in the sky was not of the natural order.
You've convinced me. I think there's a lot at play here. Is there a site that you feel is the most intriguing of all of them?
Yes, and that would be in the highlands of Bolivia, a site called Puma Punku. What we have there are some of the most inexplicable remnants of an ancient site. And not many people really know to this day why it's there, number one, and how it was done. Because you have massive platforms that weigh, you know, on average 75 tons made of sandstone. The question then is about transportation, because at 14,000 feet, there are no wooden rollers, there are no trees or big trees that you could cut down for wooden rollers. So how would you move 75-ton platforms? And then there are other blocks there that are made of andesite that look very technical in nature, with incredible cuts, where today we would use water jets, we would use diamond-tipped drills in order to accomplish this. And back then, we are told, oh, this was all carved with chicken bones, or it was carved with bronze and copper tools. And I'm sorry, this is clear physics. You cannot cut andesite with bronze copper, or iron, or even, and certainly not with chicken bones.
There's a whole series of Ancient Aliens. What's coming up on the season?
The episode that airs on History Channel is called The Abduction Files, where we explore modern day abductions, but we also make a connection to ancient and Middle Age abductions from ancient times in the Middle Ages. And so this is not a phenomenon that began with Roswell or recently. This is the abduction phenomenon is as old as time itself.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Risa, likewise, it's been a true pleasure. And for everyone, thank you for tuning in and thanks for coming to our shows.
Watch Giorgio Tsoukalis in new episodes of Ancient Aliens Fridays on the History Channel.